One of the main reasons that you're still struggling as a trader is because you keep jumping around from one strategy to another. Every other day or every week, there's something new. And this is the thing that is destroying your progress as a trader. So in this video, I'm going to go explain deeply why it's important to stick to one strategy and the benefits of sticking to one strategy and how it's going to help you improve faster in your journey. But before we get started, go ahead and like and subscribe, drop a comment below. This is going to help boost the algorithm and get this video out to more traders like you. So let's get started. So the thing about sticking to one strategy is that it builds consistency. Every time you take a loss and you switch strategies, you jump on YouTube and you're looking for another entry model or another indicator, or you're scrapping your current mentor and you're now looking for a new mentor, another Instagram influencer, whatever it is, you're doing this constantly. And there's a couple of reasons, right? One is that the ego is running from the problem. So your own ego is running from your problem, right? And it doesn't want to accept the fact that maybe the problem is with you. That's why the strategy is not working. So now it's out there trying to look for a new strategy to avoid the truth. The second thing about switching strategies is that it creates doubt. And that's why you're switching strategies, because you're just always in constant doubt. You don't believe that the strategy works, so you switch. And I know that sounds very obvious, but it's the doubt that is going to destroy any chance of success, right? The thing is, you have to stick to one strategy. When you stick to one strategy, that's when you create confidence and mastery. Do you understand? So you have to be trading from a place of confidence and mastery. And you can only achieve, just imagine yourself trading from a confident state, right? You take a trade, you're not panicking, you're in your trade, you know what to expect. It's either going to win or it's going to lose, but your risk management and your odds of winning and your percentage over time, it's all in your favor. So you have confidence in this, right? That's how you should be trading, from this feeling. It's a feeling, okay? It's a feeling of being confident and calm rather than being doubtful and panicking and chaotic and jumping around like a headless chicken, right? You're just running around from one room to the next room to the next room, opening new doors, da 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 da. You're constantly in this desperate panic mode, right? So also having lack in yourself, being desperate, saying you have to make this money because you want to have this lifestyle and whatever. This is going to cause you to panic and switch strategies, where in actual fact, you have the perfect strategy already. You just have to master it, right? And you can only master it by constantly smashing it, like keep repeating it. Mastery is repetition, right? And if you can stick to just the one strategy and get to know it inside out, and you become the master of that strategy, right? You just get better. Every loss is going to be a feedback loop, not a failure loop, right? If you keep switching strategies, then you're going to be stuck in a failure loop, right? But if you stick to one strategy, you're going to be in a feedback loop. So a loss becomes a good opportunity to learn because you have something to go back to the drawing board for that particular one strategy and try to understand it a little bit better, just that little bit 1% better, that you can refine the strategy 1% and just get to know it that much better. It's going to make you progress forward, right? You're going to get better over time. And then your wins are also going to teach you a lot about this, about your one strategy. So that is the benefit of sticking to one strategy, right? There's these channels, right? I'm not going to name any channels because that's not what I'm here for. But there are channels that are just teaching new strategies every day, and they're not even trading any particular strategy. Do you understand? So you want to at least learn from a mentor that has one strategy, right? And is making it work. Then you can stick to it. Do you understand? You don't want to be going to some, following some guru, and just because they have nice flashy videos that are good for your dopamine and keep you sucked in, and then they have a new strategy, a new strategy, a new strategy every other week, right? They're just collecting views and is actually doing more damage to you. Do you understand? In trading, you have to master one setup. And then some people say one setup with one pair. This is up to you, but for me, I don't limit my setup to just one pair, right? Um I don't force a setup onto, because like the market could be trending, it could be consolidating, it could be choppy, right? You could be in a choppy quarter and then you're trying to make your one setup work with that one pair. You're limiting yourself to any chance of success because you're going to come in a choppy quarter and then you're going to get chopped up, and then you're going to think that the strategy, the setup doesn't work, where it wasn't the setup, it was just where that pair was during that time of year. So this is why it's better to be flexible and have a whole bunch of assets that you trade without limiting yourself. I think that's probably the better way to approach the market. Switch your pairs and make sure that the pair fits the setup that you know. Because the market is going to behave the same way. It's going to go up, it's going to pull back, it's going to go up, it's going to pull back. There's no other way it moves. It doesn't just go up parabolic forever. So you have to understand that you should have one core setup that you just know, right? And you master it, and that's your thing. And then whatever fits into it for that week is what you trade. Do you understand? There's a good book that I'm reading at the moment called The One Thing. I think you should read it. And there is some core truths to it. The one thing. You have to ask yourself, what is your one thing? What is your one task for today? If you're a day trader, your main priority question is, what is my one setup or one pair that I'm looking at today that's coming into my one setup? Do you understand? Into my one strategy. Then you are productive that day because now you have a goal. You're not at the chart with 10 pairs and 15 strategies just hopping around brain dead, like clicking whatever, like a casino, as if the markets is a slot machine and you're just running in and out of positions. That's not the way to trade, right? You have to have your plan. You got to stick to it. You got to know your one setup, your one strategy, and then this is how you're going to improve. So that's the topic that I wanted to talk about today. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let me know what your one thing is. And if you want to work on your mindset, then check out the first link in the description. That's going to reprogram your mind so that you can stay consistent as a trader. See you in the next video. Goodbye.